Hi guys, Jared O'Neill here, Wheelcastle Decorating. So basically what I'm doing today is I'm doing a small feature wall here. I'm putting lining paper on for painting. And I've got it all prepared. And I'm going to show you how to go around a window reveal. Both, the top reveal and the side reveal. So without getting into all the preparation and stuff like that, I'll show you how to put the lining paper on first. So the first thing to do is measure your sheet and make sure you drop your plumb line down here, or your I use a spiral level. Make sure there's enough to go around your reveal. So basically lining paper is about 22 inches in width. So I've marked this here at 20 inches, 21 inches, so you're laying an inch, 2 inches to go around your window for trimming. And basically that's it. Just drop your edge down onto the straight edge here. Lining paper, very important, let it soak for about 5 minutes or so after you placed it, so it can soften. And my recommendation is don't use ready mixed adhesive. It's too heavy for it, it doesn't soften the lining paper. This is a sulfite paste I'm using, you mix it with water. Okay, so basically, put your lining paper into place. Okay, there's my line there. Just bring it down onto that edge there. Okay. I'll just smooth it out. Now I'm putting this lining paper on as a side for painting. And so basically what happened in this job was, this is for an interior designer. And he had a decorator in here. And again, I don't, I'm sure we all go on about, cowboys are so-called painters, when it comes to preparation and stuff. And of course you always feel that you're getting a bargain when you're not. You're paying money for these guys, you're paying, there was a designer wallpaper paid on this, and it all had to come off. And the customer was upset with the whole thing. She doesn't even want the paper back on. So when I took the paper off, the walls weren't treated, they weren't sized, all the paint come off the walls, so I really had to strip it, sand it, fill all the edging of the paint, so you get a smooth finish in this wall here, but I say it and I'll say it again, I come across this all the time, so I do, Anyway, so there you go, there's that in place. Trim the top. Like so. Just bring this here along the top of your reveal here, bring it round. And right them up here, just wipe the paste off your ceiling. I have to paint this whole room as well. The woodwork wasn't prepared, it wasn't sanded, it got a coat of paint. The walls, I had to sand all the walls down, there's wee nips everywhere through the paint. There was dirt in the paint, everything, there was no gaps filled, there was no preparation whatsoever. It was just in and out, and it was just a complete mess, and what can you do, So anyway, there you are. That's the top section done. Like so. Okay, just bring that camera down there like this. So we'll have a wee sill here. Just bring your lining paper along on top of that wee edge of your sill and trim it from the edge of your reveal to the edge of your sill. And there you have it there. Okay, so see where I've trimmed it? Just cut a straight line here with your scissors. whenever we have that, it's ready to come round the reveal here. Just brush this out. And then basically just bring this round, just push it in tight with your fingers. Get that corner really pushed in tight there, as you can see. Just just get the sponge and wipe it out. You just down that edge here, make sure there's no, make sure it's really in tight into the corner. There's no air balls in at this wee edge here, you know. And there you have it. Just trim this. Just tuck it in nice and tight into the window frame. And as I always say, you know, make sure you always have a bucket of clean water with you for weighting down any excess paste. Just a wee corner here, the back of the sill, trim it up like so. I'll just pop my wee camera down a bit here now and let you see now that I have a when I come around here I have a radiator bracket. So again I had to bring a plumber in to take this radiator off. So I don't take the brackets off, okay? I just trim around the brackets. And how do I do that? Pretty simple. Top edge of your bracket, just mark it there. Trim the top of it. Lift your linen paper up and just cut it between the bracket. And there you have it. Pop that wee edge down there, and that's us around the bracket. Okay. Just be careful with the wee pipe here. They're very sensitive, those wee pipes, you know. And so just turn around the bracket now. Top and bottom. Just a wee piece underneath the sill here. And top of the skirting board. basically that sheet on, you know. So I was able to drop it down onto the plumb line, go around a window refill, around a bracket, and turn around that wee sill. And as you can see, it didn't take too long to do it. Keep all the scraps of paper in one place there. I always keep a black bag with me for those there, you know. Right, so that's the first piece on, the first refill. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the window here and show you how to do that. Now if this was a pattern paper, it's the same procedure. The only difference is you have to match, when you're doing an overlap and a splice here, you have to match the paper. But it's pretty much the same type of idea, you know. Give my sponge a wee rinse here. So basically when you're doing this here, as I say, you have to overlap, because you're going around two refills here, okay? Basically what I have to do, you're going round here, you can't come round the window as well, so what you have to do is what I call a splice. Take off any excess linen paper over here, like so. I've already marked a straight edge with my plumb line down here, okay? Just make sure it comes past the refill an inch or so. Just going to tap on my glasses for this job. So there's my straight line there, okay, with it marked with the spirit level. And as you can see, I've overlapped onto the first sheet. Okay, so the first thing to do is trim the top. By the way, this linen paper, I mentioned this to you before, it trims far easier with a blade. See where you have to cut with your blade, put a wee bit of caulk in around that edge and let it dry overnight, and you get a neater cut, and the linen paper won't tear on you, you know, as this does get quite soft after time, you know. So as you can see, there's that top section done. Give the seam a wee wipe. Now, this is what you call a splice, so I have to cut through the first sheet of linen paper and the piece that I've put on here. Make sure you have a sharp blade for this. So basically you take it to the bottom of the refill here, just at that wee corner. Try and do it as straight as possible and just cut through the two papers. There you have it. Put your first piece away. Pull that back like that. As you can see, take your second piece away and just butt join it. And there you have it. Get a wee seam roller, make sure it's really tight. The joint, just butt join it really tight there. And there you go, it's absolutely perfect there. There's no, it's not uneven on this side and this side here. Okay. Just wipe off the excess paste again because I'm going to be painting this linen paper. And the next step is bring us around. I'm going to give them a sponge a wee rinse here. same procedure as ground here. Get it in as tight as you can. I've already got this straight for the next sheet to go on, okay? Just push it in tight. And again, get the wee sponge there and just rub over that edge. Just double check it now, make sure there's no bubbles in it. It's all in, pushed in round tight. Okay. Get my knife, it's failed somewhere. And just trim it along the top edge of your window. Pull it off there. And again, just another wee wipe the paste off the window. And that's it. So there you have basically two refiles there, you know. Side one and the top one, you know. And so I'll just bring us across here into this corner and into that corner. So there you have it. So I'll get back into this just quickly on this job. So what happened was the interior designer had a guy in, right? He papered this wall. Paper was a mess, it really was a mess. And it was a designer paper, it was expensive. So anyway, he got my number, he recommended. So I had to come in and redo this whole room. And as I say, it does happen a lot. You know, these guys are in, and honestly, you know, especially when you're dealing with expensive wallpaper, you're paying an interior designer to pick the colours, the bedding, the curtains, the carpets, the colours. The two colours in this is Harbour Grey on the walls and Harbour Grey a quarter on the ceiling and the woodwork. And basically I have to redo all the painting as well. But as soon as I stripped these walls, wasn't safe, all the paint come off the wall, had to scrape it all down, had to sand it, had to fill it, and then size it for the linen paper. And that's what you're up against, you know, in the painting trade, you know. And again, very rarely I get people contacting me asking or saying, look, I'm getting a few quotes or whatever. If it happens the occasional time, I don't even bother looking at the job. Because if I'm up against the likes of this guy, there's no way I'll get the job. Because he's going to be cheaper, he's going to do his job a lot quicker, and he's going to cost the customer more money because the room has to be redone, you know. But anyway, I hope you're happy with that. You know, going around both refiles, the top and the side refill, hard to go about doing that there. And yeah, so if you have any questions, I have done a few videos on linen paper, you know. And finally, what I will say is, I may get a few questions coming back. Why do you not cross-line the walls? I do cross-line. I cross-line walls when I'm hanging finished paper. The linen paper goes across, you bring your paper down vertical. That's how you do it. When I'm laying walls for painting, I put it on vertical. And I'll tell you the reason why I do it, because you get the join far tighter. When you're doing big long lengths, I've seen it on many jobs. You see the joints, it's very hard to get the joints tight. Then what a lot of guys do is they fill the join. And as soon as the heat goes on, the join, the filler cracks. And within a month or two, all you see is these wee lines of filler cracking along the joints. And basically, that's why I do it this way. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Any questions, sure, get back. All the best.